What if artificial intelligence could write your next research paper in minutes, not weeks? What if a machine could summarize 100 journal articles, fix your grammar, and even suggest how to publish your findings? Sounds amazing, right? But what if that same AI tool quietly added fake citations, invented data, or introduced bias, without you even realizing? Welcome to the new frontier of research and scientific writing. A frontier full of opportunity, and full of risk. Hi there. Welcome to Idea X Hub. I am Sukhdev Singh. In this video, we'll uncover how to use AI ethically in your scientific work, so you can stay productive without sacrificing credibility or trust. Let's begin. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is no longer just a futuristic concept. It's in our phones, our homes, and increasingly, in our research and writing. From speeding up literature reviews to helping polish our manuscripts, AI tools like ChatGPT transform how science is done. But they also raise important questions. Are we using AI ethically? Are we still in control of what we publish? And how do we protect the trust that research is built on? In this video, we'll break it all down, so you can use AI effectively and ethically in your research. Let's start at the beginning. AI, artificial intelligence, refers to machines or software that can perform tasks we normally associate with human intelligence, learning, problem-solving, language understanding, and decision-making. One branch of AI is called machine learning, ML. It's when a computer learns patterns from large sets of data instead of being programmed with exact rules. Then there's natural language processing, NLP, another branch of AI that helps computers understand and generate human language. This is the foundation for tools like ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an example of a large language model, LLM. That means it's been trained on huge amounts of textbooks, articles, and websites to learn how language works. When you type a prompt, it predicts the next word or sentence based on those patterns. But here's the key, it doesn't actually understand what it's saying. Today, AI tools are being used in every stage of research. Here's what they can do. Summarize research papers so you don't have to read 50 articles just to get the main idea. Improve your writing, making it more fluent, clear, and grammatically correct. Suggest experiment ideas, hypotheses, or data models. Help design simulations, even at the molecular or systems level. Assist with data analysis, identifying patterns or trends faster than a human could. Support in brainstorming and overcoming writer's block. These are incredibly helpful tools. But they're not perfect. And if used carelessly, they can cause serious problems. It is absolutely critical to understand that AI, particularly current LLMs, have significant limitations. They are essentially advanced predictive text generators, recognizing patterns from training data, but they do not possess true comprehension or reasoning like humans. This has major consequences. Lack of inherent knowledge. ChatGPT, for example, has no inherent knowledge or facts and cannot validate its responses. Invention of information. If unsure, AI can confidently invent information, including fake statistics and non-existent citations. These are often called hallucinations. Using fake citations, for instance, violates publication ethics. Training data issues. LLMs are trained on vast datasets, which include credible and less credible sources, or disparate data points. The patterns they find are influenced by these sources. This means what they create in response to queries can be counterproductive or even misleading. Knowledge cutoff. Some models have a knowledge cutoff date, lacking awareness of the latest research or current events, although this is rapidly changing. Inability to understand nuance. AI struggles with subtleties in human communication like humor, sarcasm, or irony, which depend heavily on context. Limited creative potential. While their ability to reason goes far, they might limit higher-level thinking and creative potential compared to humans. Suboptimal performance. They may perform poorly when dealing with novel text that requires reasoning and problem-solving because they lack a human-like mental model for language. Furthermore, a significant challenge is the black box problem. It can be incredibly difficult, even for experts, to fully understand why an AI system produces a specific output by examining its internal workings. This lack of explainability is a key ethical concern. The use of AI creates novel and complex ethical issues. While they may not require changing established ethical norms, they certainly necessitate developing new guidance. Key ethical challenges highlighted by experts and guidelines include bias and fairness. AI/ML systems are prone to bias. This can stem from biased or unrepresentative training data. This is particularly critical in healthcare, where biases based on race, ethnicity, gender, age, or socioeconomic class can lead to disparities and affect performance. Researchers and developers are responsible for identifying, describing, reducing, and controlling these biases. Transparency and explainability. Users, especially in sensitive areas like healthcare, need to understand how AI systems arrive at their conclusions. There's a need to disclose and explain AI use in language non-experts can understand. The black box makes full explanation difficult. What constitutes sufficient explainability depends on the context. Accountability and responsibility. Who is responsible when AI makes an error or causes harm? In scientific writing, human authors take full responsibility for the final content, regardless of AI assistance. Guidelines are clear. AI systems should not be named as authors, inventors, or copyright holders. Developers and organizations also have accountability obligations, including allowing audits. Privacy and confidentiality. Using AI, especially LLMs, raises concerns about data privacy. User input, including potentially sensitive information, might be stored and used for training. There is a risk of cyberattacks accessing private data. Data used in AI systems should ideally be anonymous or delinked from identifying information. Highest standards of data security are essential. Data collection should be limited to what's necessary, and users should have the right to have their data removed, the right to be forgotten. Using surplus data for new purposes requires proper consent. Accuracy, misinformation, and misuse. The ability of AI to invent facts and citations poses a significant risk of spreading misinformation. This is particularly dangerous if AI is used in clinical decision-making without rigorous validation and oversight. Misuse can include plagiarism, generating fake data, or producing biased or harmful content. Given these challenges, how can we use AI, particularly generative AI, responsibly and ethically? This requires specific guidance and conscious effort from all involved. In scientific writing, AI is best used for refining presentation, improving grammar, syntax, clarity, or flow, rather than generating core content or ideas. Supply your own facts, reasoning, and ideas. Validate everything AI produces: facts, statistics, and especially citations. Delete any unverified information. Apply an active, critical mindset. View AI output as input to your process, not the final word. Generate multiple versions of text for comparison, leveraging AI's stochastic nature, but you remain the decisive editor. Disclose the use of AI. Many journals and organizations now require this. The type of declaration is seen as an extension of existing guidance on authorship, methods, and acknowledgements. Do not present AI-generated text as your own without substantial reworking. Cite any sources AI provides. Uphold the standards of originality, accuracy, validity, and non-discrimination, regardless of AI assistance. Several organizations are playing pivotal roles in shaping the ethical landscape of AI in research, ensuring that technological advancements align with societal values and human rights. Here are some notable entities. UNESCO. UNESCO has established a global standard on AI ethics, emphasizing human rights, inclusiveness, and environmental sustainability. Their recommendation provides actionable policy areas and tools like the Readiness Assessment Methodology (RAM) and Ethical Impact Assessment (EIA) to assist member states in implementing ethical AI practices. Indian Council of Medical Research. ICMR has developed ethical guidelines for the application of AI in biomedical research and healthcare. These guidelines cover ethical principles, stakeholder responsibilities, governance, and informed consent, aiming to ensure responsible AI integration in India's healthcare sector. Committee on Publication Ethics. COPE provides guidance on the ethical use of AI in scholarly publishing. Key points include authorship and AI tools. AI tools cannot be credited as authors since they cannot take responsibility for the submitted work. AI in decision-making. COPE discusses the ethical implications of using AI in editorial decisions, emphasizing accountability and transparency. Focus on AI. COPE has a dedicated section addressing the opportunities and ethical challenges of AI in research publishing. Sage Publishing. Sage Publishing has established policies to guide the ethical use of AI in research and publishing. Artificial Intelligence Policy. Sage emphasizes that while AI tools can aid research, they cannot replace human creativity and critical thinking. Authors, reviewers, and editors are advised to use AI responsibly. Assistive and Generative AI Guidelines. Sage prohibits the use of generative AI to create or alter core research data and cautions against sharing sensitive information with AI platforms. Using AI in peer review and publishing. Sage advises editors against using AI tools for manuscript triage or summarizing reviews due to confidentiality and copyright concerns. European Commission. The European Commission has developed comprehensive guidelines to ensure trustworthy and ethical AI. Ethics Guidelines for Trustworthy AI. These guidelines outline 7 key requirements for AI systems, including human agency, transparency, and accountability. Guidelines on the Responsible Use of Generative AI in Research, developed by the European Research Area Forum. These guidelines support the responsible use of generative AI in research contexts. Artificial Intelligence Act. The EU's AI Act sets regulations to prevent misuse of AI, such as banning emotion recognition in workplaces and AI-driven manipulation on websites. Now let us see ethical use of AI in healthcare research and application. AI technologies must be tested with scientific rigor in the settings where they will be used. This includes evaluating performance across different demographics to mitigate bias. There must be a favorable benefit-risk assessment reviewed by ethical committees and regulatory bodies. Patient protection measures are essential. Adherence to legal and data protection requirements is crucial. Informed consent processes must be robust. Participants need to understand the research, the AI technology, alternatives, risks, and the roles of humans versus AI. The right to withdraw consent and have data removed, right to be forgotten, must be ensured. Ethical committees play a key role in reviewing these aspects. The source and quality of training and testing data must be properly documented and reviewed. Testing and validation data sets should represent the population the AI is intended for. Multi-stakeholder collaboration involving researchers, industry, clinicians, the public, ethical committees, and regulators is needed throughout development, validation, and deployment. Organizations and researchers must be transparent with participants about how their health data will be used. The consensus from various sources points to several key recommendations for navigating the ethical landscape of AI in research. Disclosure and explanation. Researchers must disclose and explain their use of AI, its limitations, and technical details in accessible language. Bias and error mitigation. Actively identify, describe, reduce, and control AI-related biases and random errors. Stakeholder engagement. Engage with impacted communities and stakeholders to address concerns like bias. Data handling. Be transparent about synthetic data use, including how it was generated and why. Attribution. AI systems are tools, not authors or inventors. Disclose their contributions, but do not attribute authorship. Education. Responsible conduct of research, RCR. Education should include discussions on the ethical use of AI. Let's get practical. How can you use AI in a way that's smart and ethical? Here are do and don't. Do. Use AI to refine your grammar and sentence structure. Ask it to paraphrase your own writing to improve clarity. Use it for idea generation, not idea replacement. Always check facts, citations, and numbers. Disclose AI usage in your paper when required. Treat AI as a helper, not a co-author. Don't use AI to write your conclusions or arguments. Don't copy-paste AI content as your own. Don't use citations it provides without verifying them. Don't allow AI to write about ethical or legal issues without expert review. Don't treat AI output as final or authoritative. The best researchers use AI the way pilots use autopilot, with constant oversight. So to conclude, we can say that AI can help us write better, think faster, and even discover new ideas. But it's not magic, and it's not an excuse to cut corners. Whether you are a student writing your first paper or a senior researcher leading a team, the responsibility is still yours. Use AI wisely. Use it ethically. And most of all, keep the human touch at the heart of science. Thank you for watching. Give your feedback in comments. Let us meet again in the next video on an interesting topic. Subscribe to the channel and remain in touch.